We offered the Mashgiach. We said, if you wish, we'll sit with your Rav, we'll discuss the situation, we'll review the story. He didn't want to do that. In the end, we have to go with our judgment. It was not the opinion of one person, it was the opinion of at least 5 or 6 different people.
It's within the OU, right?
Why didn't you go to an independent review? Why did the chef bring in and put himself?
Well, let's say this. So what's
does that amount to being a Jew hater? Does that amount to...
No, that's another story.
Okay, but the question at hand is what is Marais. When you're talking politics in general, admitted the gentleman, the chef, made a mistake, and he won't do it again. It was a mistake.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Question for Rabbi Luban. I understand that the Mashgiach caught the margarine, right? Not that the margarine was checked in with the Mashgiach.
He showed it to him, didn't he? Is that what the story is?
It was showed to him. The word "caught" was the wrong word. It was. He saw it. He showed it to him, and he saw it. I want to clarify one thing about the margarine incident. Just to demonstrate how the kosher in the restaurant do work. It was the daytime Mashgiach, Rabbi Keller, who caught the margarine incident. He saw it and sent it, and that was the end of it. And it never went to people's food. It never compromised the integrity of the kashrut. But it was Rabbi Keller, not the Tone, who discovered it. But because the kashrut works so well, as it's supposed to do, the daytime Mashgiach reports every incident to the incoming Mashgiach. And in his report, he reported the margarine thing, at which this became a quote-unquote federal incident, something that he didn't even witness himself, something that he heard somebody else said they took care of. So, but here you see that it wasn't even hidden. It was reported. It was found. It was caught. It was stopped. It was reported to the next guy, and the next guy is the one who made it public debacle that it became.
There's a lot of people out there that believe in conspiracy theories. Besides accusing the chef of intentionally trying to compromise the kashrus, what Mr. Bitton did was he started out accusing people in the OU of a cover-up, that he claimed that there was somebody that knew that he was fired from Ravana, that he was keeping it for kashrus reasons, that he was keeping that a secret. And I said to Mr. Bitton, why would he do that? Why would this rabbi not be forthcoming? And he developed conspiratorial theories that the chef is connected to crime organizations, and he's afraid, and that's why the people in Lavana are also hiding the information. And then he went beyond that to accusing the entire OU of a cover-up. So not only is he accusing the chef of putting non-kosher food, intentionally compromising the kashrus, but he's accusing the OU of engaging in a cover-up. I have no choice. I have to tell the story as it is, because in order to protect all the parties involved, I actually feel very sorry for Mr. Bitton. I don't know if you know his history. He was a rock star in France when he was younger.
New York Post had a story about that this week.
Yeah, and I have great admiration for him. I think that the fact is he left a world of fame and fortune, and he became a Baal Tshuva, became a religious person. He moved to Crown Heights.
People, listen to me. It's grossly unfair not to have Mr. or Rabbi Bitton on the show. It's grossly unfair.
He's welcome to come on the program. He has not been in touch. I know he's under restraining order. I'm not sure.
A guy has his hands tied behind his back. How can you smack a guy like that?
It's true. Listen to what, and I listened to what Judah said, and listen to what Rabbi Luban said. They've been very careful to stick to the fact, not maligning.
Oh, yeah, how about the rock star stuff? Are you lying? First of all,
you want to know something? He was a famous musician.
You're not allowed to remind somebody of their previous sins. It's an avera to do this to about Tshuva, to remind somebody in public.
Well, sin. He might be like Piedmont. He might do something.
He wants to say that I was a rock star in my previous life. Come on, it's not. You're not allowed to do that in the Torah.
People do that. If they were, they were. That's what people write books about that all the time. But Rabbi Luban, you wanted to say something.
I said I said it to his credit. I think it's to his credit.
Oh, come on, you're being disingenuous, and you know it.
No, I think you're being too harsh. No, I don't know. Listen, you have a choice where you want to go.
The way is.
Now, the New York Post article seemed to insinuate this week that since he's a Baal Tshuva or became more religiously observant, he's more machmer than maybe some others, and that is, what do you say to that?
That statement didn't come from the OU. I don't personally subscribe to that. I don't think it has anything to do with his being about Tshuva. I think that his personality is such. He's a very passionate type of person, and he sees things in a certain way. To some extent, he's because of his passion, he's not able to. I mean, certainly in this instance, he couldn't see the OU's position. He didn't understand. You know, we said to him, "Listen, we hear what you're saying, but we can't substantiate it, so we can't act on it." And he chose instead to go make a public statement that we're engaged in a cover-up, which that was unfortunate that he made that leap, that because we don't agree with him that we're engaged in a cover-up. But I think that has to do more with his personality than his being about Tshuva.
Tonight, let's go to David in Brooklyn. Go ahead, David in Brooklyn. Your question. Go ahead, please.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Your question or comment, yes.
I'd like to know if they're not setting a dangerous precedent here. Does every mashgiach now have to fear that will be sued? I'm disappointed in the OU that they allow this to occur. They have also been, and they're not exactly objective by investigating themselves. Does every mashgiach have to fear now that he's going to be subject to a lawsuit if he makes a claim of kashrut violations?
Right, Luban.
Well, it's not. You know, he made a claim in a public fashion, and he didn't. He made interpretations that go beyond things that he saw. He accused the OU of being involved in a conspiracy, and that the restaurant is involved in the cover-up. I think any mashgiach who makes those types of claims has to be concerned that he might be sued. But
where do you draw the line? What types of claims are legitimate? And that what stops any restaurant or any establishment from telling mashgiach, we're going to sue you for $10 million, and you're going to say, we'll investigate it ourselves when you're under attack yourself? What kind of claims are valid to pursue and what are not?
The role of supervision is in the hands of the mashgiach. Now, you want to have a restaurant staff that's cooperative. We don't have any evidence that he's not a cooperative person. The fact that he made a mistake is not a reason to fire him.
He's not allowed to bring food, never mind making a mistake. He's not allowed to buy any food. The chef, he's not allowed to order for bringing in food himself.
He brought it in. He didn't hide it. He didn't.
Yeah, but he's not allowed to. He's working there for a kosher restaurant for 2 years. That's basic.
Well, so
he can bring anything then. If he brings that, he can bring anything.
First of all, it's often the chef that orders materials for the restaurant. The mashgiach doesn't order. The mashgiach is there to make sure that what comes in is kosher. When there's a delivery, the mashgiach inspects it. The chef didn't hide the margarine under his coat and bring it into the restaurant. They were short on margarine. He went out and he bought it.
He went out himself. He went out to the street and he bought it himself. Is that what you're saying?
It's not. You know, so maybe he made a mistake for purchasing the margin, but that doesn't mean that he's intentionally trying. That Mr. Vitone's allegation was that he is intentionally a Jew hater, and that he wants to just make the rest putting bugs in the food and making the restaurant not kosher. This doesn't support it.
Anyway, thank you for your phone. You wanted to say something, Drew?
Well, what I wanted to say was that, you know, well, the chef shouldn't be buying the food. He shouldn't be going out like that and buying the margarine. But I believe that he did ask the daytime mashgiach what he should get to run out, and I think the story goes, and he came back with OU, but it said OUD, and it went back. That's what the issue was. And the issue is whether or not the chef does it intentionally to sneak it in, put it under his coat, and not show it to anybody, and that's not what happens, and I think that's the point at hand.
The charges are preposterous. I mean, he accused I'm one of the people that he's accusing of being engaged in the cover-up. I mean, I know that that's nonsense. It's ridiculous.
But that's your own opinion.
But I understand what you're saying. You're saying this is...
David, you raised an interesting question. I understand that, so there's a consideration that Judith may get independent verification of that?
Why are you afraid of that?